So this is the desktop version of Shuffle. We are mobile friendly, kind of mobile first as well. So the nice thing is that anything that you build or change or edit in your desktop, you can also you'll see those edits immediately show up in your app version. So if you're new to Shuffle or you have somebody sign up for Shuffle, the first thing to remember is when they sign up, it's always in the desktop version. So sometimes I've even had people forget, like, oh, I still have to go download the app. So you'll notice sometimes that when you sign up and you sign in, all of a sudden you're like, wait, it doesn't look right, right? It doesn't look like the app that we use. That's because it's the desktop version on their phone. So just make sure they download the app, and then we can show them how to log into Shuffle just like we do here. So the website to log in is lfishuffle.com. You put in the email and the password that you use when you sign in. And then this is your desktop. So from here, we're just going to go over, like I said, a really quick overview. Let me move you guys over here. So we're going to look at the top menu across the top. So the first thing is cards. Those are your cards. So if you have the one for free version, that's your one free card. If you have the version that gives you the 10 or the 100 cards, that's your card deck. So basically, that's where you build the cards about you, about what you do, about your businesses, and that kind of stuff. The app is Shuffle by Elify. Shuffle by Elify. Elify, ELIFY, stands for Elevate and Simplify. So your cards hang out right there in the one that says cards. So that would be my cards here. Okay. Card index is the cards of anyone that you have friended in Shuffle. So the nice thing about Shuffle is it's not just all about us and what we do. It is a connection piece. To me, it's like I always see it as kind of like this like radio beacon that can send out information, right? Because I'm the person, I'm the beacon. I'm the one who's going like, let me introduce you to this other person. Let me introduce you to this other person. Because if they're in Shuffle with me, I have their card as well as my own cards. And I can send their cards on their behalf. And so it's their words, it's their, pictures, it's their social media, and I'm just making a connection. So this is a great reason to get on calls like this, to get active in insiders, to go through and, get to know other Shuffle users, especially if they're somebody that you would want to help promote what they do. Activity is the activity on your entire account. So if you want to see anything, this is my training account. So a lot of times there's stuff on here that people think it's my real account. So I have to go over and change it up. But this is just basically anything that's going on. So if I see like a card got viewed, or if I see I have a new person that came in from a lead capture form or whatever, I can go, oh, wait, what was that just happened? And I can go over to the activity, or I can look in here anytime I want to see a specific activity. You can also sort them by what kind of activity you're looking for. So contacts is just like your Shuffle or just like your phone contacts, except these are your Shuffle contacts. So this is basically when you meet somebody new, you can put their information in, you can put in the activity, or you can see the activity you've had. So anytime I send somebody a card, I can see what card I've sent them, how many times have they opened it. I can put in notes, I can say like, they have 6 kids and 7 cats and their husband's name Bob, and whatever I want to know. So that the next time we have a conversation, they're like, oh, how do you remember all that stuff? Not necessarily that I do, but I have it in my notes in my Shuffle, and it's in my phone. Chatter, we can put chatter on, we can chatter in the app to each other. I can see what cards I've shared, again, what shares, and then how many opens. I can see that person's card if they've shared it with me. And then I can put a follow-up reminder if I need to go like, hey, I'm going to call you back in a week, a month, a year, whatever context. Okay. And then discover is where you can discover other Shuffle users. So if there's like people on the call today, if you guys want to connect, send each other cards, say, hey, you know, I'm just getting to learn Shuffle. Can you click buttons for me? You can always discover anyone else in the entire app here, and you can connect with them and share cards. That's also a way that you can clone cards. So if you wanted to clone a card from another user, say they're in the same company that you're in, or they maybe have something they designed that you really like, you have to be connected in Shuffle to allow that share, and then you can clone from that. Channels is like a broadcast service that we have. We won't dive deep into channels. We'll do a whole different training on that. And then today, what we're going to talk about, which is creating cards. So under create a card, you have two choices. I am trying to watch chat and people entering and all that stuff at the same time. So pop something up if y'all see something. If y'all have a question, I'll do my best. Okay, so once you go to create a card, so again, let me go start from the very beginning. So you're in Shuffle, here's your cards, and I want to create a new card. So I'm going to go to create across the top, and I'm going to pick card. And in this case, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the advanced card builder. This is the one that's currently in beta. We're just kind of getting it all cleaned up so that we're ready to release it. And you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 templates. So before, if you're, again, been a Shuffle user for a while, you know that there's about 20 templates right now in the old builder. And what we've done is we've just kind of taken them and condensed them. So there's not, it's not that there's less, there's actually way more that you can do with this, and which is, I'll show you the difference. The only thing is when you're choosing between these 5, is if you'll look bottom left at template 20, where the social media and the picture are one block together. When you build that card, it will not allow you to separate that social media line from that photo line. So they're going to stay together. So each one of the cards, 11 has the social media and the paragraph linked together. 16 has, I never remember, the contact information and the photo linked together. 19 has the contact information and the paragraph linked together. So because of that, because I like to be able to move everything around, I use template 18 almost exclusively. That's the only reason. If you like another template and you like the little information stuck together, totally good. Okay, so first thing first is card title. So card title is the name of the card in your index, so that when you go to send that card, you know, for example, if you send it to me, it would say, Kathy viewed your whatever you named this card. You want to name it something that makes sense. So say, for example, I never think of what I am. Say I'm a realtor. So I have a card about being a realtor. Say that I also give piano lessons on the weekends, which would be disastrous. So I do not do that. But I have a card about being a piano teacher. Say that which I do. So I have a networking group that I go to. So I have a card to invite people to come to that with me, right? So you're building out your cards. I always tell people, if you have something that you text somebody more than 3 times, you probably just need to make a card for it, right? So if it's something that you're constantly like, here's my calendar, here's my Zoom link, you know, maybe you make a connection card. If it's, you know, again, something that you do on the side, something that you want to be able to just send information quickly, make a card. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to, I'm actually going to build a promo card for somebody today. So we're going to call this Color Hype. And I'm going to put Chelsea in here. All right. So I'm just putting in her company name as the card title. I'm putting in a little bit of information, and a lot of it I don't know yet, because like I said, I'm just building this for somebody who's interested. So I'll grab her email and her phone number and all that stuff here in a minute. So the company name is Color Hype. Again, you can change all this once you get in. I just want you guys to see what this looks like. So owner. All right, so then I hit create. And now we have the builder. So this is the elements of the card. And you can see that this is the entire screen. Let me go ahead and show you what it would look like. So this is what a desktop user would see if they were looking at this card. Again, if you have been a user for a while, you'll notice a few differences. There's no longer the LFI logo top left. There's no more phone surrounding the card, and there's no more scroll here to view. So they have been able to enlarge the desktop version, and I'll show you in a minute how we can actually change the blue in the background and everything. And then if they're looking at your mobile version, all you have to do is click on the top center. It'll show you this is desktop and this is mobile. So then you can see what the card's going to look like when you build out your mobile, or build it out. That's your mobile, that's your desktop. All right, so let me go. All right, so once you get started, let's talk about what can you put on this card. So the first thing is this logo area. So the other thing to remember is that there's no rules, right? Not to Shuffle. There's no rules in Shuffle. I love that. So you can make this a photo of you, a photo of a product, a photo of your logo. It can be whatever you want. So just remember that when you're kind of going through here, if there's different things you want to put in that picture, it's fine, right? It's whatever you want to make it to be. So in this case, this is the placeholder for the logo. And each one of these elements is just a placeholder, and we'll talk about what that means in a minute. So this is your logo. The next element right here, you can see the border. So that's the section that I would be working on. That's a card picture carousel. So if I want to carousel pictures, and we're going to do all this in a minute, I just don't want you to panic. I just want to show you all the elements. If you wanted a carousel of pictures to go through your card, and it could be stable where they just click themselves, or you can actually put it in motion. Each one of those, you can build an entire library of pictures to go through that carousel. The next element would be here. So this little button, these are your web buttons. So if you want to have any website or any link, I always tell people if it has an HTTP, you can link it to this card. So if it's, a form you want them to fill out, if it's your calendar you want them to go to, anything you want that has an HTTP, you can put under a button, okay? Next section we're looking at, there's ER. ER's the founder of Shuffle. If you haven't had a chance to watch them, him and Guy do any of their Friday with the Founders or their Monday sprint planning. But this is where you can put your videos. So it could be YouTube or Vimeo, and we can do a whole nother training on that if you need help with how to put a video from your phone to YouTube. That's not a problem. It's very simple. But all you do is grab that YouTube link and you put it in this box, and you'll be able to have your video pop up here. All right, what else? You can also have a section of a paragraph. So the really cool thing, again, if you're used to designing with the old cards, is that now you can bold, you can change the fonts, you can change the color, you can change the background color. Yeah, ton of fun just being able to play with these and do a lot of different things. So we'll do that in a minute. And then you have all your social media. So just like before, if you don't have something under the button, so for example, this Pinterest button, the link URL is empty. So the button doesn't appear and it won't appear on the card. Now, you have to know, this is important, for example, on this Facebook button, it is pre-populated with the LFI information. So the button does light up so that users can see what it's going to look like when there is something. So make sure you check every one of those and make it your Facebook, your Twitter, your Insta, whatever. Okay. All right, so now we have a photo. Again, this could be a headshot, this could be a product photo, this could be whatever you want. But that's typically the placeholder for your headshot or your own photo. We have our name and our title and our company. So that's an entire block here. We have all the ways to connect with us. And of course, we have the forward and save. We'll talk about the campaign form at the end because I don't want to get confused with what that is and how it works, but we can put a campaign or lead capture on a new card. So you can see, you can imagine, I don't have a business card right here. believe it or not. But to me, like the difference in somebody handing you a piece of paper, right, that you can't push, that you got to go figure out what to do with, or save it, or remember about it, or take a picture of it, and then you kind of scroll back through 800 pictures if you're me to find it, versus let me text you something and save it to your phone. Then you have all my information. You have how to get to all my social media. Where do we want to connect? I'm going to meet you wherever you're at. Are you on Facebook? Are you on Instagram? You know, where can we connect best? And that's really my goal with my shuffle card, is just to make sure that the person I'm giving it to has a way to connect easily with me, or to connect me to other people. So I'm going to create a card for a company called Color Hype. This is it right here. And we are going to make something fun. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab her logo. So I'm just going to snip the logo from here. Oops, that's not going to work. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to snip that from here. And I'm going to save it to my computer. All right, so I have her logo. Then I'm going to come over to Shuffle, and I'm going to go to the logo section. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put everything in. You can see how the design will come together. So you may have your logo in a file somewhere. You may, the person may send you a logo file. I'm just doing this off of her website for now, just as an example card. So once I have this in here, we'll go through some of the elements over here. So I can click on crop, and I want the whole box. I want everything that I made. And then I'm just going to kind of make those little adjustments there. And then I'm going to hit crop, and then that's what's going to become the logo. So then if I want to, so it says maximum size 254 and it's at 130. So I'm going to hit 254 and enter. And so now that's my bigger logo size. So next section is going to be the photos. So say, for example, Chelsea wanted to put some photos in here. And so we're going to go to, let's see what she's got. I'm just going to go to her website and see what kind of stuff she has. Oh yeah, she's got some great photos. So we're going to snip a couple of these. And we will use them. So I'm going to save one. And again, I mean, I could have done all this before, but I just wanted you guys to see exactly how I do this. We'll save two. We'll do another one. We'll save three. And obviously this is one of the reasons she's interested in a digital card, is because her stuff really needs to kind of come to life for people. All right, so we'll shrink that down. So we'll go back over to Shuffle. So now I've saved those pictures to my computer, and I'm going to add them in this carousel. To do that, again, everything appears in the center, but the work happens on the left-hand column. So the very first one is here. So I'm going to change that picture. I'm going to upload it from my computer. We'll just start with that one. Okay, so there's one. Then we'll upload the next one. There's two. And then I want a third one, right? So I saved three. So I'm going to go ahead and add an image. Again, I have yet to find how many is the limit, so I'm not sure how many there are, but I know I have friends that have made these with lots of pictures. So I always like to see how much we can put in. All right, so now our pictures are there. You can see how they'll scroll through. Now, the really cool thing is say, for example, this particular photo, she was wanting to show you the kit that this photo came from, how to order the kit that makes this particular craft. We could put a link right here to an HTTP website, or a photo, if it was a photo kit that she was selling, that would if somebody tapped on that particular picture, would take them straight to ordering that box. So each one of these can have its own link. You can also crop each one of these individually. Same thing we did a minute ago. If I want to change, make them square, rectangles, whatever I want. Okay, and then here at the bottom is our scroll. So if we do want this to auto scroll, we have to tell it yes, we have to start the auto scroll and then tell it how many seconds. If it's something like testimonials where it's a paragraph with words that somebody's going to read, obviously you want to give it a little longer time. But if it's photos, I typically find 3 to 4 seconds is typically good, because then it starts moving as they're looking at the card. Okay, so next thing is our web buttons. So we want to change the learn more. And we're going to, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go straight to her website and we're going to go to her front page. Okay, so move this. And I'm going to go ahead and grab her URL. And I'm going to put it in here. So under this web button, I'm now going to say that it is not learn more, but it's visit, oops, I can't spell, my web page. Okay, I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to make it italicized. I'm going to increase the font. Okay, kind of fun. We could even change the color. So say we wanted the color to be red. We could change the background if we wanted it another color. So we want it to really be bold, make it black. And then all I need to do is make sure that I have changed that URL again from LFI to paste in hers. So now when someone goes, let's go ahead and preview what we have so far. So far we have her logo, we have the photos, we have the website. So if somebody was to click on this now, it's going to go to the front page of her website. Okay. What if, hold on, I've got something in chat. Let me go look at it real quick. Mute everyone. Yeah, can everybody make sure you mute? We are doing create a card. Okay, make sure I got it. Okay, so now we've got that. So now let's say, for example, she has upcoming in Dallas. Here's the classes she has upcoming in Dallas. If she has any, I'm not sure. I know she's, there we go. So here's her calendar for what's coming up in Dallas. I'm going to go ahead and click on that URL again. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back to Shuffle and I'm going to tell it that I want to put in another web link. So I go down to the bottom of the left-hand column and I say clone. Now I have two. I'm going to choose the bottom one or the newer one. And I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to say Dallas upcoming. Oops. There we go. And under that button, I'm going to change that URL and I'm going to make it the upcoming events. You can do this for any page. So I do this for people all the time where, yes, you have a website. I get that. But how am I going to get to it? I either have to remember, type it in. I have to remember what the URL is. I have to know what page to go to. So it's not like, oh, I just have to go here. Then I have to go find events. Then I have to go find the location and all that stuff. I'm just handing you one button. Think you're straight to my events page. I know exactly what I want to go do. You just saved me a ton of time and effort. And that's what people want. They want something to be easy. So again, you can make multiple ones of these. We can add in if we wanted to come back here. What is the other? She had another one, upcoming Texarkana. So if we wanted to add in upcoming Texarkana, so right now she doesn't have any sessions. I'm not surprised. She had to pull back because of COVID. Okay, so let's go on to our next section. Hold on one second. Let me see. Can they save the button I send them? They can save your whole card. So they can save at the very bottom. We'll get to that. They'll be able to save your entire card to their phone contacts. Save often. Yes, You know, I learn to save often anyways, even if my computer isn't glitching, sometimes my brain does. Just today, I lost an entire card that I built. All right, so now we're to our videos. The other thing is it doesn't have to have every element, right? So if you don't have a video yet, or if you don't have enough pictures to scroll yet, don't panic, right? It doesn't have to have every element. You can actually hide any section that you don't want. It will make it disappear. And you can see here that under our web buttons now, there would be no video. I just want to show you guys what each one looks like so that you have that, you know, that option. So if you don't have one, just hide it. Matter of fact, I usually hide it and move it out of my way. But all right, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to click back on that box because if I've hidden it, I have to show it if I want it back. And I have already looked up and found her YouTube channel. And so we're going to go ahead and just pick one of these so you can see what it looks like. Oops. Pause that. And so when I have the video up that I want to use, all I have to do is click on the share and click on copy that link. So that's the link that's going to go underneath where the video is so that it knows right here. This is what's going to be embedded in. So then I paste it and you can see it immediately changes. Okay. Again, since she's super, a visual, I might want another video. So I might go in here. I might find another one of her videos. Pink skyline. So maybe this one. And I'm going to hit share. I'm going to copy that one. We'll go back to our card. And we're going to tell this box, hey, I want to clone you. I want another one. And I can put it in whichever one I want to. And again, you'll see it happen. So there's another one. Okay. All right. So now we have our paragraph section. I will say that most of the time I go and find the website and I just copy paste. If I'm making a sample card for somebody, it is the easiest way to do it. So this is about her. Let's see, where's the home? There we go. We're based in Dallas, where we live. So we'll do about Chelsea. Oh, I spelled her name wrong. I spelled the wrong Chelsea. All right, so I'm going to take that paragraph. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to come over here. And oops, not there. I'm sorry, my fault. Over here, left side. Everything happens on the left. I'm going to paste it. So again, if I want to, I can bold it. I can now center it. I can change the font size. I can change the actual font to either a default or a Google. Every Google font is now available. Let's see. There we go. I can change the color, especially since hers is so festive. So you can do all kinds of new things with the new builder that we weren't able to do before. Okay, social media. So I should have pulled up some of her social media. So social media, this block here, each one of these buttons is a separate button, obviously. So you are going to want to click on Facebook and make sure again that it's not GoEllify. And we'll just put something in here for now. It probably won't go to anything, but we'll go to Color Hype. Let's see if that's her. And then Twitter, if you don't have it, again, you can just delete it. I'm going to guess she's probably on Instagram. I'm just going to have to go find all these for real. LinkedIn, I probably delete that one. And then YouTube, we know she's on YouTube, so we can come back here and we can go to her. This is her page. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that URL. And now that's her YouTube. So the other fun thing, so let's see, let me show you what that looks like. So again, it's only going to be, oh, I thought I took off LinkedIn. Hold on. Oh, I put it in the wrong place. That's why. All right, LinkedIn. All right. So when we preview this, it's only going to be Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So you can see those are what we left active. Those are what have information underneath them. Hold on real quick. Let's see. Grant creator, create new card. Jay, is that a question or is that a comment? app.lfi.com. Let me know if that's something I need to work on. Show you guys. Comment. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the really, really fun thing, maybe it's just me and I love things that are colorful, is if you want to, you can come in here and you can change these buttons as well. So you can make them to match, you can make them to stand out, you can make them, you know, just for fun, just be different colors. And then again, when you preview it, it looks really cool on the card. All right, so we have logos, we have photo carousels, we have web links, we have multiple videos, we have our paragraph, and we have our social media. So now, again, we're going to edit. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and hit save. And it's just going to save it for us. Photo. So of course, at this point, I would probably go to her Facebook page, or I would go grab something. I'm just going to clip this picture here. I do a lot of searching on Facebook and on websites when I'm building for people. All right. We'll go back to shuffle. I'm going to change that photo. There she is. All right. So again, if you want to, you can put a link behind your photo if you want it to go somewhere. I put links behind just about anything that I can, because if somebody clicks on it, this one can go to the homepage. You can go to different pages. I mean, why not put them in there in case somebody is looking for something and they click on the photo? The section here, to access this section, you want to be able to click on the little green wheel. You can change name, first name, last name, business name, and owner, title. Anywhere you want, you can change each one individually. So if you want to change, like if we wanted to make this red, here, we'll just change it so you can see what it looks like. Make it Kathy. Make this one, let's make it a good blue. And then I can, again, I can align it differently. I can italicize, bold, underline. And these are all the little details that they're still working on. It's just making sure that each section has as much of the different things that you can do to it as possible. Change the size here if I want to make it bigger. Let's see, font size. I know you can make that. Hold on. There it is. There. Oh, I know why I can't see it, because the little bar from Zoom is in the way. There we go. So you can change those. Oops, I went the wrong direction. Okay, so again, whatever you want, change the color, change the, and again, I love that you can see it happen in real time. Okay, so now we are to the section. Again, you want to push on that green gear to get to this section. We have phone, text, email, WhatsApp. If you want to put an address for a location, if you use Skype, if you use Snapchat, if you just have a text service, if you want to add another button, you can go to the plus sign and you can change the default icon to anything that you want. If there was something else, I don't know, what else would there be? Let's see what they have for house. There, that'd be funny. So you could put Clubhouse underneath there if you're in Clubhouse. You can change the little icons. We've asked for more. We've actually asked if they would get all of the different icons from every single different social media and different texting service and messaging service. So hopefully those will come in a like a bank of pictures. But the important thing to know here is, again, like under the phone, there's going to be the LFI phone number. So make sure you change that. Or I think it may just be like a 555 number. I'm not sure it's a real number, maybe 12345. But there's a phone number underneath there. So you're going to want to change that. And if you clone the card, always double check the links and the phone numbers and the emails and stuff like that, and make sure when you bring it over from someone else, you change anything that's underneath there. Okay, so you want to do your phone, make sure if you want to allow texts, if you want to allow emails, if you want to put a location, that would be your address. So WhatsApp, I'm in WhatsApp, but I don't ever use it. So I wouldn't worry about that. I'm going to go ahead and hide it. Okay. Hide WhatsApp? Hide. All right, it's gone. Okay. And then the last thing down here, forward my info and save my info. This is just me, again, being kind of silly, but if you want to, you can click in those boxes, change the color. This is probably where I spend half my time. But I mean, if it goes with your branding colors, or you have some reason that you want to change them, you can. And then you can also click the gear and you can hide your invite code if you want to, and your Powered by Shuffle if you want to, which makes it look a little bit more like a landing page. So matter of fact, I would hide forward and save if it was a landing page as well. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. So we have logo, photos, links, videos, our paragraph, our social media, the person, the owner, the headshot, name, company, title, how to get a hold of me, forward my info, save my info. Okay. Let me check our chat and then I'll go to the next thing. How do you delete or change a card? Okay. I'll come back to that in 1 second. How do I clone? How do you embed a link behind a photo? Okay, I can show you that. And what's the invite code? So the invite, okay, so let me take all of those in 1 minute. Let me finish my thought, because I will ADD into a squirrel somewhere else, and I'll come back to every one of those. Okay, so I'm going to go save what we have, and then I'm going to hit edit. All right, so a couple things to know. What does this blue gear do? The blue gear is the entire mobile background. So again, if you were just looking at the mobile card, the mobile view, it's the background like behind the logo and behind anything that's not fully as big as the card. Okay, so if I want to go back to desktop, if I click on this blue gear, I can change the color. So first of all, you can see that it's not a true white. So if I wanted it just to match her logo background, I could make it a true white. And now it blends together. So when you were looking at this on mobile, you wouldn't see any delineation between the background. Back to desktop. If I want to, though, I'm going to go edit again. I can click on that blue gear again, and I can change that background color to anything I want it to be. So if I want it to be purple, there's a solid color. Now, of course, oops, my words are purple, so my words disappeared. So you got to watch out for that. But the other thing is, again, blue gear, I can also change it to a photo or to a video and give it life, give it actual like movement. So for example, let's say we want, what's on there? Here we go. We'll just take this one. So now that green bamboo is back behind there. So you can upload your own photo, you can upload your own video, you can put anything back there that you want, and it would be visible on the mobile version. Okay. All right. Now go back to desktop. I'm going to switch that back to color so that doesn't make everybody's eyes bug out while we're looking at it. It seems to be the background, this one in particular, you have to preview it to get it to change. So I've already reported that to development. Okay, so then again, desktop version, we now have these two blue columns. And the nice thing is that using this purple gear, I can do the same exact thing. So if I want to change it, maybe I just want it to be dark black, like what's around it. Here's the preview. So this is what somebody on a desktop version would see when they viewed your card. Maybe I want to make it, again, purple here is the two columns. I could make it a photo, or I could make it a video. I would be cautious, unless you're really good at curating, having too many motions, like having a video and a moving scrolling carousel pictures. It could get a little much. So always kind of edit once you look and see what it looks like. But again, it's just super fun to be able to have these options, make stuff stand out on the page and not have that card anymore, which a lot of digital business cards have that encapsulated card on there. Okay, last thing, and then I think there's probably not, but there's probably 100 more things, but let's change that again because it's a very bright red. All right. To know before we move on to anything else is that if, for example, I want you to see my videos before you see my carousel, all I do is click on the carousel section, and you see this little gray arrow. That's going to allow me to move that entire section and put it wherever I want it. So that now, when you come to my card, you're going to see logo, then links, then videos. Say, for example, I wanted to show video first. I click on that first video, I pop that up. Now my links are in the center of the two videos. I want to move, and maybe each link goes to one of the videos. Click here to see examples of the above, whatever you want to put. So then we have that layout: logo, video, website, information, examples. So you can now not only put multiple things on every card, but you can put as many of those as you want. I've even made a card for a group that I'm in that has 56, I think, members. So it's a card for a group that I'm in. Every 56 members each have their own photo, multiple web links, all their social media links, 56 times over. So I've yet to break Shuffle. If it ever does, it might be me, but I'll take full responsibility for that. But then, I mean, they can just click on one button and they have everybody in the group's information. So it's a super easy way to share. Okay, so now let me go back and look at the questions and see if I can make them make sense. Okay, Deborah, how do you delete or change a card? I'm going to close this out. So on the new builder, you actually close out the builder to get back to your desktop. Make sure you've saved. There's the card that we just built. So Ruben knows this. I have a little chant in my head that goes, edit, not delete, edit, not delete. The only reason I say that, I don't mean ever, is anywhere you have that link, or if you've printed a QR code to a card, or you've linked it to anything out there in the universe, if you delete that card, the next time somebody clicks on that link, it's going to say, sorry, this information is no longer available. So maybe you want to edit that card instead of deleting it. That's just something to think about before you do it. If you do, if you're like, yep, I'm done with that card. So you would just go to the one that you wanted to delete. You click on the three little dots and you'd scroll to the bottom. That will delete that link and that card and all the QR codes that are associated with it. If you want to edit it, you just hit edit and you can edit from there. Now, you can't make an old card a new card yet, but they are developing a wizard. I just don't know when it's going to come out. That will bring the old cards to the new version. How do I clone another card? Okay, same. If, for example, we wanted to make another version of the color hype card, I would click on the 3 buttons and I would hit clone. So there's that exact same card. So maybe I do this for people that have a business that want to have multiple things for their one business. So say, for example, and you saw the examples in my account. Say, for example, you're in network marketing, right? And you want to have one card that is products. You want to have another card that is welcome to my team. You want to have another card that might be hostess coaching. You want to have another card that maybe is like like instructions. You know, maybe you're with Norwex and you want to explain how to use all those bajillion cloths, or maybe you're with health and wellness and you want to give examples of how to use a product, right? How to make muffins out of your protein mix or whatever. So you could have a card that's recipes, you could have a card that's examples of how to use things, and then maybe you have a card that's a thank you and a testimonial, asking them for a testimonial. So that's like 5 or 6 cards right there. So you can lay your cards out, have your logo in place, have your picture, your name, your social media, and just once you have that one card made, clone it, and then change what the content of that card is. So that's how you clone. Let me close that again. Now it's going to take the clone, even though I didn't do anything to it, just because I did. There it is right there. So now you can see. So you definitely want to go in. Let me show you that. Sorry. You definitely want to go in and change the name of the card. Otherwise, you're going to have multiple cards with the same card name, and you won't know which color hype card that person viewed. So to do that, you click on the little pencil. Pardon me. And then I change it. So now it says new card. So when I save it and close it, now it's called new card. Okay. How do you embed a link behind a photo? All right, let me pull this one up. We're just going to go through each one. So if it's behind a photo, like for example, it's say you want to link behind your logo. So right here under the URL, that's where you would put it. So say we want to go ahead and link, we'll go to her homepage, we'll grab that, go back to shuffle, and under that photo, I want this URL. So if somebody happens to click on that, it's going to go there. If I want it, again, if it's in the carousel, I just have, oh, that's a video. Sorry, where's the carousel down here? If it's in the carousel, it's the link. So if I want it to go, oops, if I want it to go this picture, I put the link here. This picture, I would set the link and put it there. So each one can have its own click through. And then if it's here, your photo, again, link. Does that help? What is the invite code? So the invite code is for, so Shuffle is an affiliate program, if you guys are not familiar with that. So a lot of times I'll share my Shuffle card with somebody and they'll be like, how did you make that? Or what is that? And I was like, oh, it's called Shuffle and blah, blah, blah. And I explained to them what it does and how it works. And they're like, do you get paid to share this? And I'm like, yeah, actually I do. So that's kind of the conversation, how it rolls. And then it's just a very simple share of how to sign up. Doesn't cost anything. You can share Shuffle, great little mailbox money. And it's just a really fun way to help other entrepreneurs who need the same technology that you already have. And if you're not familiar with affiliate programs, like as a whole, make sure you come to one of the trainings like the What is Shuffle that Michael, Ray, and Edwin are doing, or that Guy and ER are doing, and you'll learn more about affiliate programs in general. It's just a really easy way to make that little bit, like I said, mailbox money. Okay, invite code. Is the Shuffle chat button icon going to be available on the beta cards? I believe they are working on that now. Like I said, there's any elements that you haven't seen, just like the the ribbon at the bottom of the old cards that say like click here for your own shuffle card, they're working on that. So I know there's a lot of little things, and the nice thing is too is if you're going through and you're making something and you see like, oh wait, I wish we could do this, that's the perfect time to shoot an email off to support@elefi.com and go, is there any way that this could happen? And if it can, they'll put it in line for development to develop it. So that's a really, again, I think it's a fun feature, especially in the last, I don't even know how many years it's been now, 3 years, I think, with LFI, to see where it started when I was first with them to where it is now is just mind blowing. So, all right, let's see. Any other questions? Got it. All right, perfect. All right, so I'm going to save this. So if I want to preview, so preview top right, and I go and I hover over the color height, I'm hoping you can see it. Bottom left, if you can see that part of my screen, it actually shows you what the URL, paintwithcolorhype.com. So without me having to click on it, I know what's behind there. Dallas upcoming events. There's the whole link that goes to that one. Visit my website, hover paintwithcolorhype.com. Hopefully you can see that. But just by hovering on the preview, I can see what's underneath that photo. Somebody tell me you can see it. Took some of the fog away. Yay! Does it open a new window or take them out of the card? Let's see. So there's the card and it opens a new window. So that's what it just opened. We used to have, let's see what it does now. We used to have an option. Let's see. There we go. Open in new tab. So you can tell it if you want it to open in a new tab or not, which that wasn't checked. So now I'm going to have to go look that up. Look at that. You can even add a PDF in here if you want to. You can upload a PDF file. You can have it go to an address. So you can tell it what you want it to link to. So many things. This is so, just so you guys know, this is also the reason why it's not, you can't design the new cards on the mobile device. You can make a couple of edits, I think, like name, phone, email, maybe, but this is this builder is so powerful. There's just not an app that's able to design at this level from an app. So that's why all the building for these cards need to be on desktop. This card can be sent email. Yes, 100%. So to use this card, let's go ahead and save. Who knows what we've saved at this point. I'll have to go back and check this whole card out. So to use this card is, this is the one right here. I'm going to take that one that we cloned. I'm going to delete that one so I don't get confused. Okay, so to use this card, I can click on the 3 buttons. I can email it, share, from my computer. Obviously, I can't text it from my computer, but if I'm on the app, all I do is tap the person, the card that I want to send, and we can do a whole training on that. I can text it, I can email it, I can send it, I can grab a link to it. I can either grab a trackable link or an untrackable link, which I always like trackable. I like to see who's opening their card. You can make a QR code to it. On my phone, let me clear all this out. I actually have a QR code, if you guys can see that, on my phone home screen. So I don't even have to like pull out any business card or link anything. If I meet somebody, I just want to give them my card, I just hold up my phone screen and they can zap that QR code. You can put them in instant messenger. You can put them on social media, anywhere you want. Let's see. What? We'll be able to use the old platform as well for now. So the platform, like as a whole, isn't changing, but the cards and the builder will eventually all migrate and upgrade, and eventually the new builder will be the only builder. Like I said, you can put campaigns on these, you can put lead captures on these. We'll do that in a whole nother, I just want you guys to get cards made. As soon as we have some cards made, you guys can share them to me if you want to discover me in Shuffle. You're welcome, Deborah. And absolutely. I'm glad you got some use out of this. Campaign function I use, is it still the same? It is. The campaign function is exactly the same. On the color height card, you would just create a campaign. And then you just create it just like normal. So nothing changed on how to create them. The only difference would be if I edit this. Oh, I can show, yeah, I can do that. We pulled one up earlier, but I can show them again. Hold on, Angela, 1 second. So what was I doing? Oh, the campaign. The only difference is, who asked about it? Glenn, is that the campaign right here, if I want, say, for example, I create that questionnaire, the campaign questionnaire, and I want it to show up at the beginning of the card, I can place that campaign anywhere I want it. That's the only difference, is if I want it to appear somewhere else on the card besides the bottom. And again, I promise you guys we'll come in and do another live on what campaigns are and how they work. But you can place those campaign forms wherever you want to now. So Angela, that's a great question. We did it earlier on a background, but I didn't do it on anything else. So say, for example, you guys wanted to add a photo. Let's say we'll take Chelsea and we'll clone her. Say we wanted to add another photo on our card somewhere. When you click on that section and go to change photo, so there's multiple choices here. We'll just kind of go over each one. So my images is anything that I've uploaded from my computer. The standard editor images, this is the old card builder. So this is anything that I have already loaded, making old cards in the card builder. It saved them for me. There's photos. So here's the submenu. Here's my logos. And here's my product images. So it's saved anything that I have in there that I've built prior. Shuffle images is if you want to build a card to share Shuffle intentionally with people, which of course we would love. But those are a bunch of logos and a bunch of sayings and a bunch of things that you can use to build cards that talk about Shuffle if you want. And then the photo library, again, is free stock photos. This is where we found that one earlier. Say you wanted to paint. So there's these would be like cute backgrounds or stuff we could use on Chelsea's card. Load more, always click load more. Man, there's always more to see. And so you can use these, say we were gonna do that on the card. Change the size. That's good stuff. All right, what else? Let's see. Do I have to delete the old version and new? No. So your old cards, there will eventually be a wizard if you want your old cards, if you want to wait for them to translate themselves into the new builder, or you can create on the new builder. Totally up to you. Just remember, same as edit, not delete. If you delete the old cards, any existing link to that card is going to be broken. So for example, my personal business card is probably in 500 places, right? The link to that is in email footers, it's in social media places, it's on the QR code that I have that I can put on my Jeep. It's in, just like name somewhere that I put that link. So I don't want to break that link. So that card, I'm waiting for the new builder. And what was the other question? Not a problem, Sanders. Good to see you. Thank you. Not a problem. Hop off. Everybody's good. All right. All right. Any other questions before we call it a day? This is good stuff. Good stuff. Awesome. Well, if you guys need anything, you know how to find me, where to find me. Like I said, discover me on Shuffle. I'm happy to help people. Ruben, I'll look at that card that you sent me and try and figure out that background. And otherwise, we'll call it a day and shoot this over to Janice.
Hey, Kathy, can you hear me?
I can.
Everything was fantastic. You did a great job, and except if that's an Alabama shirt that you're wearing.
Roll Tide.
Other than that, everything was fantastic.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm not, but I am. Yeah, I roll tided last week, and then I just was like, you know what? I gotta keep up the love. The funny
Roll
thing is-
Tide, Kathy, roll
Yeah.
Tide.
Tide.
Oh, there we go.
The
There
funny
we
thing
go.
is I live in Texas and I'm from Ohio, so you would not expect me to be Roll Tide. But my husband is diehard, born and bred. His whole family's been in Alabama for a million years. So, man, if I didn't Roll Tide, I'd be in big trouble. Big trouble. But yeah, I guarantee you that OSU game was a tough one.
In that case, you got to keep the peace, so it's okay.
Hey, I'll watch them all, man. I'll do anything. There's nothing better than a good college football game. Nothing better. I love it. So you're gonna have to keep that part. I'm gonna tell Janice, keep that part in. Yes, Roll Tide. Was super excited to have Guy and ER here in Dallas over the last couple days. They got to meet Michael Ray and Edwin for the first time in person. I got to get them together for the first time, and lots of really good brainstorming and some amazing things coming up for Shuffle. So keep sharing Shuffle for sure. You definitely will have very happy people. Happy people. So very excited. All right. Well, then you guys go enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I can't wait to see all these new cards. Make sure you put them on, put them on Insiders. Say, hey, I built this after watching, not to give me credit, but just going like, hey, this is what we learned. Like, tell people, come to these classes because, this is what we're here for, is to help everybody. So put your links out there, get to know one another. This is a great way to network, y'all.
Okay.
So, all right. Have a good Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday there, everybody.
Bye.
All right.